Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the AirVuz FPV Pilot of the Month. This last month was May, and man, did it rain down like Mayday. I don't know what I'm talking about, Phluxy. It was a lot of amazing videos once again. How's it going down there in Texas?
It's going. I'm surprised we didn't get any like May the 4th Star Wars stuff, but you know what? It's sometimes I'm just hard to please.
Yeah, you are. I mean, more than just that, I think. But anyway, that's for another story. Ah, man, no, it's how's the heat in Texas? You know, everyone that's around the world, you know, views Texas as like the state of the United States, but also what they don't realize is that it's humid as heck.
It is hot right now. I mean, we're already hitting 100-degree days, and humidity is about 50%. So, yeah, it's an experience.
Nice. Meanwhile, here in Minnesota, it's a nice, balmy 68 degrees, a nice little breeze out of the west, I think. I don't know my directions.
I wish.
But we'll be seeing you soon enough up here. Flux, enough about us. I think people could care less. So let's just dive right into these videos. First up, we've got louishouillier with FPV Action Thriller Sequence, BMCM. I found out what BMCM means because I read the description thanks to AirVuz.com. They always give you the nice, descriptions below. And that means Bade Mayan and Chote Mayan, which is an Indian movie, and you can tell there was a lot of action in that movie.
Yep, I don't know if you've watched any Bollywood movies recently, but they go over the top with the action. It's kind of crazy. There's some good ones that have came out that are just like over the top awesome. But yeah, this is the same. Action, like people fighting on top of a van, people fighting inside the van. The helicopter explosion, that was insane. Everything about it. I mean, I'm really excited to see that one of our AirVuz contributors is filming full-blown production movies, like $40 million budget. That's insane. Bravo. It's pretty cool. I guess I'm going to have to watch it now.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I always like seeing when FPV is used in films, and then when we get to see a little clip of it on AirVuz, I always go back. We did it with Red Notice and Johnny. We've done it with Ambulance, with Vanover, and it's always just cool to see, you have Gab, somebody you know very well, he did the Transformers movies, so it's always cool to see. And yeah, definitely looks like a lot of action in that one for sure. Next, we've got flumz FPV in a cave, Grotte de la Salamandre. Man, these first two videos are really testing my English language. Holy. And that was French, actually. That was French. So, yeah, that was amazing is what it was. Talk about a location, man.
Yeah, location and like pilot skill, to be honest. Like to dive down that hole with like lines hanging down in the hole and like make it through the gap into the cave, and then obviously inside of the cave was insane. I wish it would have been filmed on like a Sony. I mean, I'm asking for too much because I just don't. I'm pretty sure it was a GoPro, and the GoPro doesn't do so well in low light. I think a different camera that could have gotten a little more depth inside the cave would have made it insane. But that being said, the piloting skill was there. It was one of those ones where when I first, like the clip started, I was like, all right, what's going on here? And then diving like literally down a chute into a cave is probably one of the craziest things we've seen on this thing before.
It gave me flashbacks of Aladdin. When he's going through Cave of Wonders, I'm like, dang. You're right. You're right, though. Like, if he would have had something, and maybe he can go back there down the road when he upgrades his gear and all that stuff and puts a Sony on there, I can see that footage being used. Talk about movies, I can see that footage and that location being used in some movies. Indiana Jones, really Indiana Jones vibes in there,
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Yeah, all that cool things. The Goonies.
Yeah.
Bring back
Goonies. Ooh.
Hey, by the way, side note, did you see they're new in a Happy Gilmore 2?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God, one of the best.
Yeah, dude.
One of the best ever. Okay, back to things that people care about on this website and show. Hector FPV, he soared through some Dolomites.
Yes. Yes, he did. And it was beautiful. It was one of those ones where, like, the depth was there, the clarity was there. It was crispy. It was a nice, soothing FPV flight with the sounds and the birds chirping and all of the everything put together. It was one of those ones where just like a nice, relaxing video to watch, and it was
Yep.
beautiful.
Yep. It sure was. And I mean, once again, location, location, location. That
Hmm.
it's gorgeous there. That's a bucket list spot for me, man. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. Next, haussmannvisuals, wonderful Indonesia, and this was quite wonderful. From volcanic peaks to coral reefs, he got a little bit of everything in this one. There was very, I don't want to say minimal, but it was about 50-50, I'd say, FPV to traditional drone. But man, this guy, Daniel knows what he's doing.
Seriously, first off, I didn't really even know that there was volcanoes like that in Indonesia. One of those looked like Mount Fuji, like the
Yeah.
giant volcano. That was pretty cool to look at.
Yep.
Kind of gave me Jurassic Park vibes, dude, with
Mhm.
like the island and the volcanoes and everything. I was just waiting for like a dinosaur to pop out.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
be the first to catch a dinosaur that forgot to get extinct, they're, oh my gosh, could you imagine they're going to get the shot of the waterfall out there in Indonesia or Bali or any of these places, and all of a sudden it's like, what? Did I just see a
yeah.
triceratops? But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
when that happens, we'll release our Bigfoot footage up in
There
the
we
woods
go.
of
Yes.
Minnesota.
Allegedly, people.
Yeah.
Um, Last but not least, this is his third straight FPV of the month nomination. He's the boss. It's Boss Talk Pro. He's running the joint right now because you know what? When we talk about location, you want to see a mix of different types of footage. How can you make a location look unique? And he seems to do that each time because even though all of his videos look very similar, they all look very different, if that makes sense.
Yeah, correct. I think we got this might have been. I'm not sure if this was the first time we got a little bit of editing, a little special effects in the beginning with the
Yep.
Bahamas logo coming through
Yep.
it. But obviously, there's a step up there with that, and then the underwater stuff really blew my mind. Like, first
Yep.
of all, I didn't know before this video that pigs could swim. And there's little piggies swimming in the water in the Bahamas, which is crazy. Yeah, everything else. There was underwater stuff of the sharks mixed in with the FPV footage. The girl playing with her little fire stick thing, that was really cool on the beach. It was just all around. It was a great production. It kind of gave you the nice beachy Bahama vibes. And hopefully we'll be going there soon.
Could you imagine the pigs from the Bahamas meeting the pigs from, the Midwest of the United States? Be like,
Yeah.
these are what they do up here, huh? God. Yeah. So, yeah, that Pig Island in the Bahamas, I've seen a few videos from there. It looks very, very, very cool. So those were the top 5 of May, and all very different locations. Actually, now that we've gone through it, I really wasn't noticing that right away, but they are very different locations and
Hmm.
different types of videos. Phluxy, I know one really just stood out against all of the rest, and it was louishouillier, what you said with that movie.
Yeah. It's one of those things where we don't often get to see it, especially raw,
Mhm.
like movie footage. We got the raw thing. The cables were still in there. Nothing was edited. That was, I'm pretty sure, just raw off of the red cameras, what they used in that. And the production level and the amount of money, like, I'm just thinking of the money that was spent on what we just saw. They blew up a helicopter. They crashed a police car. They were
Mhm.
jumping motorcycles. They were doing all sorts of special stuff, and it was insane. And like, I'm just really excited to see that FPV keeps pushing further and further, and we're getting in more productions and doing that. And it's a great thing. So bravo.
Yeah. I'm loving the fact that they used to use those helicopters to film, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just blow those things up instead because we've got these little cameras that can get just as good a quality. So, and these little drones. But no, in all honesty, Lewis, great work, man. Always great stuff from you. And this one, took that bar to the next level. Fluxy, it's now June because we just talked about, the first 5 months of the year. Almost halfway through the year, and man, when it comes to this year's FPV of the year, it's gonna be tough already just from what we've seen.
Yeah, and it's not a bad problem to have. I feel like we say it every year, but the bar just keeps getting raised, higher and higher, and
yeah,
I don't know. We haven't seen a Jaybird video, we haven't seen a Johnny video, and that's good. That's good. I like to see that.
Yeah, I'd say overall the videos have been a much higher tier this year, and you're right, we haven't seen some of the best names out there in the world yet. So when they drop them, maybe they're not the shoe-in for the monthly award or the yearly award anymore. So yeah, if you think you have a video that can compete with these types of videos, or even if you're just getting into drone videos, we want to see it all on airvuz.com. So upload now. Phluxy, I will see you back when we do the June FPV video of the month next month.